during the final battle, it's all crazy and Doctor Strange is like, Wanda, you have to let them go. You have to do it to save the world. And Wanda's like, I can't do it. Hello guys, I thought in honor of WandaVision coming out, I would make a quick video about some thoughts and theories I have about the movie and just the future of the characters going forward. Namely Billy and Tommy, the twins, Wiccan and Speed. In case you don't know, they're like my favorite characters in Marvel Comics besides, of course, Spider-Man. And I just wanted to talk about it real quick. Since, you know, the movie just came out, there's a lot of hype around it. Everyone's excited. I haven't seen the movie yet, but what I am hoping and thinking may happen in the movie is essentially the big villain is using Wanda's kids to draw her out and use her powers or have her open up the multiverse or just do something. By the end of the movie, in order to reverse things or whatever, she has to yet again let go of her kids, this time getting like full final closure. Or, on the other hand, I think it would be cool if they kind of did what happened in the comics and essentially have the twins have some part in the bad guy's plan. So if they survive, the villain survives. So basically Wanda has to make a decision, either save the multiverse or save her kids. And I think even though it looks like she might be a bit of a villain throughout the movie, I think by the end she'll finally have closure and choose to save the world. But I think in order to cope with it, she might make herself forget, cast a forgetting spell on herself, which is what happens in the comics after she loses her twins. I think she or someone else, I think Agatha Harkness actually casts a forgetting spell on her, but then eventually unravels, and that's when she like breaks, and that's when like her biggest comic storyline starts. And I think it'd be really cool if they adapted a version of that here. So whether she makes herself forget to deal with the loss of her kids, or during the final battle, it's all crazy and Doctor Strange is like, Wanda, you have to let them go. You have to do it to save the world. And Wanda's like, I can't do it. And Doctor Strange is like, you leave me no choice. And like makes Wanda forget she had kids, and then her kids are like, bye mom, we know it's for the best. And then they go away, and then the movie, you know, finishes off, they fight the bad guy or whatever, things just chill out. And then I actually already made a video about this. I know the post-credit scene was already filmed. I know this is after the fact, but I think it would have been cool if basically Billy waking up in bed being like, Tommy, like what's happening? And we're like, oh my gosh, she's like a teenager now. Like what's going on? And then that's how it ends. He like writes down Tommy's name as if in like, remember Tommy, or even like Wanda's name. Like clearly you can tell he's like, what the heck? And basically what I think would be cool as to what happened in the comics, it's never properly explained how Billy and Tommy get resurrected, because like I said, they were part of a demon, and so when the demon left, so did they. But eventually they just get resurrected somehow. Even though they're raised by different parents, they both still have the same names. It's never explained if they have like blood relation to Wanda. At least I think. I've read the comics, but it's like very confusing, as comics are. So I think what would be cool is basically at the end of this movie, when the kids get sent away, dispersed, whatever, their souls are really traveling back in time to whenever they would need to be born, let's say like 2003 or whatever. So they travel back in time to that, get reborn into like other babies, other families. And the post-credit scene basically lines up with the end of Doctor Strange, as soon as basically, you know, the twins grow up and then they reach that timeline. I'm trying to explain this. How do I explain this? Should I turn the light on? Basically, I feel like, you know, like I said, the twin souls get transported back in time and then they get reincarnated. And then whenever their reincarnated selves match up to the timeline of the end of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where they get sent back, then that's when like memories hit them, and that's when their powers activate, and that's kind of the Kickstarter that gets them to eventually join the Young Avengers. I've made so many videos about this on TikTok, what I think the Young Avengers should be, how they should meet. I'll probably do an extended version on here at some point, but I wanted to focus more on Doctor Strange since it just came out. Obviously, time travel has already been explained in Endgame, as like when you go back and change things, it creates a new timeline, but then it's like it's always happened in your time or whatever. So this might mess up that logic a little bit, but I think when you throw in the fact that like it's Wanda and she can literally bend reality, I think we can look past that. So yeah, I think that'd be a cool way to like age up the twins to the modern MCU. A good way to kickstart them by, you know, having them regain some of their memories when Doctor Strange ends, like, you know, at the same point in the timeline. And I think that whether it's a series or a movie, I'd love to see that kind of pick up from where it left off. Basically, the twins both waking up. Like I said, it would have been awesome in a post-credit scene, but that's probably not going to be the case. The twins both waking up and being like, oh my gosh, weird memories. And they can like even put a date, like a timestamp to show this is taking place right as Doctor Strange ended. I think, you know, they should like both have weird dreams about each other. So they're like, okay, what does this mean? And then Billy, obviously kind of like what happens in the comics, he goes to school and he gets bullied and he gets flustered and he just zaps someone, he lightnings someone. That's the first power that's manifested. I don't know, I think this would be cool. Again, just to recap this whole thing, basically, I think, I hope, I want, I wish that Doctor Strange ended with, you know, twins, Wanda losing her memory of them so that eventually she can like snap again, or when they meet her it's like this whole thing. And I just think that'd make the most sense. It would be like the comics. I know they kind of already did it in WandaVision and in Spider-Man, I guess, but it'd be close to the comics, which is what I love, and I think it would work. I think, like I said, it'd be cool if the climax is basically they can't beat the bad guy until Wanda finally gets rid of her kids, and then in order to do that, she has to wipe her memory, or Doctor Strange does. I just think that'd be so cool and poetic. And then twins get sent back in time, reincarnate. As soon as they hit the right point in the timeline, boom, their memories start coming back in dreams. They're like, what's happening? I had a brother, I have a different mom, like, what is this? And then eventually they find each other. I think it'd be cool if Billy somehow found Kate first. I just feel like they would be two good, like, starter Young Avengers. And then maybe Kate can go to Clint and be like, Clint, we really want to start a team. Like, we need more Young Avengers. And then Clint's like, oh, well, Scott Lang has a daughter, but, like, that's not my business. And then, you know, eventually they find Tommy, and I think it'd be cool if Hulkling was a love interest of Billy's in high school, and then when Billy leaves for whatever adventure, Hulkling like follows him. Anyways, yeah, I just random thoughts, random ideas. I don't know if this is going to happen. Like I said, at least for Doctor Strange, it's too late for these words to affect any of it, but I just want to put them out there in case Marvel ever sees this. And Marvel, if you do see this, I've made so many videos about this at this point. I have a whole TikTok dedicated to it. I'd love to play the older version of Wiccan. I'm 21, but I could easily pass for 16, 17. And I feel like I have the right look for him, you know, brown hair. I could pass as Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany's kid. Liz and I, oh, that felt wrong. We're not close like that. Elizabeth and I have the same birthday, so that'd be fun as well. And yeah, so Marvel, if you see this, I made a whole video about it like a year ago about why you should cast me. I have TikToks if you want to watch them. They're a little spicy, but that's how you flourish on TikTok, which is unfortunate, but it's true. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Again, Marvel, if you see this, hit me up somehow. I have a Twitter linked down below. I think I have an Instagram too. You could respond to a TikTok of mine, who knows? But yeah, and obviously if you see this and you want to take these ideas, feel free to. You don't have to credit me. I would just be able to sit happily knowing like, I think I influenced that decision. So yeah, just wanted to put this out there. Manifestation. Those are my ideas. I hope I explained that properly. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video, which I don't know when it will be because I upload on this channel sporadically. But if you want to see me upload more regularly, I do have a gaming channel that I upload on every Monday, but I might switch to Tuesdays. Anyways, goodbye.